We begin with air travelers bracing for major disruptions today. As the government shutdown drags on, the FAA is cutting flights at dozens of airports across the country, including our big three in the DMV. According to the FlightAware, there are more than 800 flight delays today. In the U.S., cancellations sit at 750. In our region, Dulles shows 6 delays and 23 cancellations. BWI currently experiencing 68 delays and 16 cancellations. And Reagan National travelers are faced with 24 delays and 30 cancellations. As the stalemate on the Capitol Hill continues, these numbers are only expected to rise. Reductions began yesterday at 4%. Today, they are at 5% and will be at 6% tomorrow until it reaches 10% next week. Fox 5's Sharon Roger is at Reagan National now with the latest.
These are the cancellations in orange here on the board. Travel experts say the key will be to be prepared.
There'll be additional disruptions. There'll be frustration. We are working with the airlines. They're going to work with passengers. But in the end, our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible.
The FAA reducing flight capacity at 40 major airports to alleviate pressure on air traffic controllers who are stretched thin and working without pay under the longest government shutdown in history.
I think it's a good idea if they're going to cut back some flights, because the last thing you want is too many airplanes in the air and not enough people controlling them.
I'm glad I'm traveling today. That's what I think. I'm really glad I'm not traveling tomorrow. Not to be political, but I'd like the government to open up. I think that would solve a lot of things.
Airlines left scrambling to adjust schedules as these reductions are phased in starting Friday. Travel expert Katie Nastro.
We want people to be hyper aware of all communications that their airline is providing. Signing up for those airline app push notifications are going to give you information as fast as possible.
All major carriers are offering customers greater flexibility.
What we're doing is, as the cancels go in, we're doing an outreach to our customers. There's a travel waiver in place that'll allow them to rebook their travel during the impacted window. Even if their flight is not impacted, if they don't want to fly, we'll give them a refund.
Other travel experts reminding folks to be proactive.
You should have the app for the airline on your phone. You should have their customer service number pre-programmed into your phone. So if you are planning to travel and you haven't yet booked your ticket for the next week or so, book it through a travel agent. They will then have to help you with rescheduling. They will get the alerts probably faster than you will.
And as far as those Thanksgiving plans,
we want people to not make any drastic changes quite yet for their Thanksgiving plans. Having a backup or an alternative form of transport, or maybe being flexible on the day you leave, is never a bad idea.
Yeah, experts tell me to wait one more week before making any adjustments to those Thanksgiving plans. And also, several major airlines say that they will try to give several days notice before they cancel any flights. If your flight is canceled, you have the right to a full refund.
And that was our Sharon Roger reporting. Coming up at 8:15, we're going to talk to an expert about tips on what you can do if you currently have a flight or planning one.